Have you ever felt like your makeup just isn't quite right for your face shape? If you have a longer face, you might have been told to contour your forehead to make it appear smaller. But what if I told you that for centuries, a prominent, bright forehead was considered a sign of beauty, intelligence, and high status? Let's take a little trip back in time. In ancient Egypt, both men and women used powders and pigments. While we often think of their dramatic eye makeup, they also used light-colored powders on their faces. A clear, smooth forehead was a canvas that signified purity and divinity. They weren't trying to shrink it, they were showcasing it. Fast forward to the Renaissance in Europe. Look at the famous portraits from that era, like the Mona Lisa. High rounded foreheads were all the rage. Women would even pluck their hairlines to make their foreheads appear larger and more prominent. A high forehead was associated with aristocracy and intellect. It was a beauty standard they actively pursued. They used pale powders, often made from lead, which we now know is toxic, but it gave them that desired, luminous, expansive look. It was all about creating an open, intelligent, and noble appearance. Then, in the Elizabethan era in England, Queen Elizabeth I set the beauty trends. She was famous for her high forehead, pale skin, and red hair. To emulate her, women would pluck their eyebrows and hairlines. They used a makeup called ceruse, a mix of white lead and vinegar, to achieve a ghostly pale complexion. This stark white canvas made the forehead the absolute focal point of the face. It wasn't something to hide, it was the main event. Even moving into the 18th century, the Georgian era, the emphasis on a pale, high forehead continued. While elaborate wigs became popular, the skin underneath was kept porcelain-like with powders. The goal was an appearance of delicate, refined beauty, and a broad, smooth forehead was central to that ideal. So what does this all mean for us today, especially if you have a long face? It means we can reframe how we think about our features. Instead of automatically reaching for a dark contour powder to shade the top of your forehead, consider embracing it. The modern snatched look often focuses on lifting and opening up the face. Highlighting the center of your forehead can actually contribute to this. Here's how to do it in a modern, flattering way. Instead of applying bronzer or contour all across your hairline, try placing it just on the temples, blending it softly towards your hairline. This subtly narrows the widest points without closing down your face. Now for the highlight. Take a soft, luminous highlighter, nothing too glittery. A satin or pearlescent finish works best. Lightly dusted right in the center of your forehead, just above the space between your eyebrows. What does this do? It draws light to the center of your face, creating a focal point. This has a balancing effect. When the center is bright, It creates an illusion of more width, which can make a long face appear more oval and harmonious. It's a principle of light and shadow. Where you place light, you bring that area forward and create volume. By placing it strategically in the center, you're not making your forehead look bigger overall, but you are creating a beautiful, dimensional glow that looks intentional and sophisticated. Think of it as sculpting with light, not just shadow. It's about adding dimension. This technique also helps to tie your whole highlight look together. If you're highlighting your cheekbones, the bridge of your nose, and your Cupid's bow, adding a touch to the forehead creates a cohesive, radiant effect. It looks like you're lit from within. So, the next time you're doing your makeup, pause before you contour your forehead into submission. Remember the queens and noble women of the past who celebrated their high foreheads. Try a little strategic highlight instead. You might be surprised at how it brightens your entire face and creates a beautifully balanced look. It's a small change that can make a huge difference, proving that sometimes the oldest beauty tricks are the ones that stand the test of time. Embrace your features, play with light, and find what makes you feel the most beautiful. Thanks for watching.